opportunity to brief you all about the legacy of the university and institute. Bharati Vidyapeeth is a 60 years old deemed to be university established in 1964 by Honorable Dr. Patangrauji Kadam, founder Bharati Vidyapeeth and founder Chancellor Bharati Vidyapeeth deemed to be university. The university is accredited with A+ grade by NAC in its third cycle. It is accorded with Category 1 university status by UGC and ranked among top 100 universities in India by NIRF MHRD Government of India. The university is achieving its vision of to be a world-class university for social transformation through dynamic education. Under the leadership of Honorable Professor Dr. Shivaji Rao Kadam, Chancellor BVDU, Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Kadam, Secretary Bharati Vidyapeeth, Pro Vice Chancellor Honorable Dr. Vishwajit Kadam, Bharati Vidyapeeth, and Pro Vice Chancellor BVDU Honorable Dr. Vivek Savji, Vice Chancellor BVDU. IMED, Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship Development, Pune, is a constituent unit of BVDU. It was established in 1978. It is one of the premier B schools in India. The institute's consistent rankings and awards are the testimony to its outstanding performance. The institute has been ranked in the top 50 B schools of India by IIRF 2024. Its institution's Innovation Council, IIC, has received a 3.5 stars rating by the Ministry of Education's Innovation Cell, GOL. It is a recipient of the Certificate of Excellence in recognition of outstanding performance by Nav Bharat. The institute has established an incubation center to support entrepreneurial activities. Education Award 2024, First Prize of AICT, Leelavati Award 2020 under the sub-theme of Literacy, Best Management Institute in India for promoting leadership and institutes partnership, innovation and entrepreneurship by ASSOCHAM. First prize of Rs 2 lakh in state level road safety drive by Government of Maharashtra, to name a few. Since inception, IMED has been encouraging and providing ample opportunities to the students in academics, co-curricular, extracurricular activities. For holistic development of students, IMED conducts various unique activities throughout the year like conferences, seminars, workshops, corporate days, alumni days, IMED Gems, See Googly, cyber security, road safety awareness programs, hygiene campaigns, sports meets, NSS activities, Fit India, IMED, etc. to name a few. Now, I request everyone to join their hands for the prayer. Ya kunderu tushar har dravana, ya shubhyavastamruta, या वीणा वरदंड मंडित करा, या श्वेत पद्मासना, या ब्रह्माच्युत शंकर प्रभुदिवी देवै सदा वंदिता, सा मा पातु सरस्वती भगवती निःशेषजाड्यापहा. Now I request our Honorable Director Dr. Ajit More sir, faculty and the guests of honor present on the dais to please inaugurate the induction program 2024. Students, the program is now open. Thank you, Guest of Honors, sir. I request our MBA HR Program Director, Dr. Pravin Mane, sir, to welcome the students in IMED family.
Hello. Good morning, students and parents. On behalf of IMED, I am Dr. Pravin Mane, Program Director of MBA HR. I welcome you for the first day of your academic session 2024-25 batch for MBA, MBA HR and MCA. See, I'll brief you about the whole program first. This induction program is scheduled for 21 days from 15th till 4th of August, and by 5th August we are starting with the regular sessions in the class. As per the guidelines given by AICT UGC, the student induction program is for 21 days. This program includes exposure to the student for about Bharati Vidyapit University, Bharati Vidyapit, Institute of Management, Entrepreneurship Development, all our curriculum, all our various policies of the Bharati Vidyapit, evaluation system, examination system, curriculum, placement activities, all other student development activities, etc. Along with that, every day there will be corporate leaders we are called to interact with the student, what industry is expecting from you, for motivating you in the beginning of this curriculum, before we start the curriculum. Then we have various workshops and training sessions for you to prepare you for this next 2 years. So, on behalf of IMED, I welcome formally to you for this academic year 2024-25. And today I welcome on behalf of Institute our speaker of the day, Mr. Karan Bakshi. He is from Michelin Tire, he is director in a Michelin Tire, as well as we have Yogesh Pawar. Basically, he is a founder of SI. He is guiding our student for startups. So today we have two speakers. In the morning, when we are discussing with the sir, he was discussed about the Michelin culture and policies with us. Then, I want to correlate that with our vision mission of our Bharati Vidyapit. So sir was talking about how the bottom-up approach is there in a Michelin, where all corporate leaders are called at their, international meets, and they decide the strategy, future of their organization for next 75 years. So here in Bharati Vidyapit also we have a vision statement laid down by our founder, Dr. Badan Raoji Kadam, is social transformation through dynamic education. So we at IMED are trying to transform our society by developing a competent leader who will be contributing tomorrow in the social development. With this, I again welcome you for this 21 days induction program, and I again welcome you all, sir, and we expect more time with them. Next 21 days, frequently we are coming and interacting with you. So I request today's guest to have, explain you about what are the their experience, and definitely they are going to motivate you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I now request Dr. Ajit More, sir, to felicitate our today's guest of honor, Mr. Karan Bakshi, sir. Thank you, sir. I now request MBA General Program Director, Dr. Sonali Dharmadhikari ma'am, to felicitate our today's guest of honor, Dr. Yogesh Pawar, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. It is with immense pleasure and honor that we extend a warm welcome to a distinguished professional and visionary leader of India, Mr. Karan Bakshi sir, as our esteemed chief guest today. Karan sir's remarkable journey as an HR leader has not only made a significant impact on the industry, but has also resonated across the nation. Holding a bachelor's degree in computer science from Mumbai University and an executive MBA from IIM Kozhikode, Karan sir's relentless dedication and outstanding achievements have rightfully earned him the prestigious accolades such as Economic Times Young Leaders 40 Under 40, Top HR Leaders of India, and Business World BW Top Leaders of India Under 40 among other notable recognitions. With over a decade of enriching experience, he has honed his skills working with top global MNCs and currently serves as the Regional Director of Learning and Development and Talent Acquisition for the AIM region at Michelin, overseeing operations in 12 countries including India, Middle East, Africa, and Sri Lanka. As a people leader, he is a staunch advocate for inclusive work environments, driving growth, fostering innovation, and excelling in building robust relationships through his exceptional ability to connect with others. His passion for adventure sports, travel, and food complements his vibrant personality, inspiring those around him to embrace life with zest and enthusiasm. Karan Sir's life mantra, be happy and healthy, stay humble and kind, encapsulates his ethos and serves as a guiding light in all his endeavors. His outstanding background and significant contributions to the industry stand as a testament to his exemplary leadership, unwavering passion, and steadfast dedication, making him a true inspiration for many. Join me in welcoming Karan Bakshi Sir, a shining star in the realm of HR and talent management, a rising star of India whose journey continues to ignite the hearts and minds of those around him.
Okay, good morning. I don't feel that energy. Come on, guys, you have to give me that energy back. Good morning. Good morning, sir. One more time, we'll do it. Okay. Good morning. Good morning, sir. Excellent. Now I want all of you to stand up. The students, please stand up. So I'll give you a demo with Dr. Yogesh. Okay. So you can also stand up. So what you have to do is you have to shake hands with your neighbor and congratulate her for being him or her being here. Okay? Right? So let's start with a gratitude, right? So you are all here and also have a strong gratitude for your parents, right? Because of whom you are standing here, right? And privileged to be in such a wonderful university, college, doing your MBA, HR, MC, and many different streams. And before you sit down, I want you to loudly with all the passion and the voice inner voice has to come out, okay? What do you have to say? I am the best! I am the best! Loudly once again, I am the best! I am the best! Okay, now do you know why did I say that? Because for others to believe you are the best, first you have to believe that you are the best, right? So please have a seat. Thank you. Thank you. So thank you for invitation. So, am I audible nicely? All of you can hear me? Okay. So, it's a privilege for me to be here. I have been associated with Bharati Vidyapeeth almost more than a decade now, and we've led many programs together in terms of college. Professors have come to our companies where I've worked before. Similarly, students exchange program, the internship, the hiring. It's been a wonderful university. You are in safe hands. Trust me for that. And it's a trust, right, which I have seen. Students really scaling up to the next level. So today I'm not going to take much time. I'm going to be to the point and very point on. I'll cover on these typical aspects for you. So, do you know who's this? Michelin mascot. Do you know what's his name? Michelin man, Bibendum. It's one of the most loved mascots of the world, a lucky mascot as well. So this is the Michelin man, and you can search about Michelin. It's a wonderful company, right? And I represent this amazing company. I've been with this company for the last 3 years, and it's a 130-year-old organization. And as you know, the sir was mentioning that we already are planning of how our next 10, 25, 50 years, 75 years should look like, what are our dreams, what are our vision. So imagine a company with billions of euros planning their next years, right? Have you also planned it, right? What is our vision? That is very important. So we're going to be covering on few of these points and then we'll have a quick open Q&A session. First of all, how many of you are from south of India? Okay, one. 2, 3, 4, slowly the hands are coming up. From the west of India, this is Maharashtra, Gujarat, this side. Okay, and north of India, and east side. Excellent. So we have a very good, geographical diversity as well. So I remember me sitting in similar like you in 2008, and I was very excited, right? And I've been always inquisitive, very curious to know how things work, ask questions. And till date, what has really kept me to the next is all my professors who taught me are in touch with me. I'm in touch with them, I speak to them, I let them know what is happening, and now, kind of their friend, a little friend, but that journey has been really good. So you have to make sure that as you grow along, you also have to make good friends, right? So this is one community, right, which will be with you for lifelong. Okay, so let's go to the next part, which is the goals and the success. Can you just move to the next operating this? Okay, so we could have a proper big session, but in interest of time, we'll simple message which I want to keep at the end of the day. I want you to be happy, right? Be healthy, and you may grow right in the corporate ladder or in the entrepreneurial journey, but stay humble and stay kind, right? Now, I guess for last 2 days, everybody has witnessed amazing event, right? The grand event. Did everybody witness that event? The Ambani wedding. Everybody witnessed, right? Everybody is thinking like, when am I getting married, such early? All of you will get married, don't worry if you wish to. But look at the humility of that family. Right? Look at the humbleness of that family, right? So, the more humble and the more humility you have, the more higher you grow. So, just can you go to the next one? So, this is Michelin, and I really take humble pride to talk about Michelin in all regards. So, Michelin believes that the movement is essential to human development and a source of progress, carried by this belief, which is embodied in its purpose, the groups, to offer everyone a better way forward by acting according to values and the basic ethical practices, and innovation to sustainability, strong implication to the society and communities. And these are our strong values: respect for people, respect for facts, respect for customers, respect for shareholders, and respect for environment. So this is FII, but these values are very strong to us. We live with these values every day. That's the mascot, and if you can source more, if you're a foodie, Michelin also has a business which is called Michelin Guide. And for a chef, right, we all live on food, right, at the end of the day. For a chef, it's the biggest accolade in his or her life if they can get a Michelin star. So, as I said, being inquisitive, being curious, you have to start getting to know these things. Until unless I knew, I'm a good foodie as well. But now, when my foodie instinct comes out if I'm traveling abroad, I want to go and find the Michelin star restaurant. So, be inquisitive, and Michelin is not only about Michelin Guide, Michelin is way too big, and I can speak almost for a day about Michelin, but this is for you, right? Today, it's your day for us to connect. Okay, we can move to the next part. So, you all could have understood about or heard about SMART goals, right? But it's very important, right? When you heard about it, you also have to implement it. So, what is your goal, right? So, many of you would want to start a corporate journey. Some of you would want to, join your family business. Some of you would want to get into an entrepreneur kind of a journey. Expert is here, right? He can guide you. But the whole idea is you have to vision that. What do you want to do? Let's say if you want to join a corporate journey, you have to start the journey today. When I started my MBA, I opened my LinkedIn account. I didn't even have a single follower or nothing, right? Today it's more than 30,000 followers which are there over the period of 14 years. I'm very active on Insta and social media also, so I'm very connected to the generation. But LinkedIn is the second most professional networking site wherein I spend time, right? So how much time do you spend on social media is very good, right? You have ample of knowledge on Google, Insta, Facebook, many different things. But start spending some time on LinkedIn as well. If you've not made a LinkedIn account, so it's right time today, when your induction, make a LinkedIn account, start connecting to people, follow your dream company where you want to join. When I was a fresher, we had a company tour organized in Magarpatta, and I come from a very small town. And when I went to that Magarpatta to the cyber city, and it was a wow feeling. And that day I decided, yes, something. This is where I will step in, right? With this kind of a blazer, I will step in there, and I will work here. Trust me, right? The competition was very tough. It's always tough, right? But what the difference what you make is the one step right, and that is the difference what you create. So set your goals in regards to what you want to do, which company you want to join, start learning the HR, the profile. Let's say if you're from MBA general, so you want to get into the finance side, the operation side, the SCM side, start connecting with those people, the industry leaders, right? And start sending your requests, ask if they can be your mentors, if they can be your coach. There are many people who are willing to do that, but they will never assume that someone is wanting to come and seek help, right? So it's okay to seek help, right? If today I need to seek help, I can go and ask for help. There's nothing to shy away, right? Seeking help, right? To guide. Can you move? Okay, self-awareness is very important. You will learn SWOT analysis in your MBA. So getting to know yourself better, what is your strengths, what is your areas of development, what is that area of opportunity you have, where is that you need to be a little careful. So these things are the most important thing is reflecting on your own strengths, your strong things. And in one of the amazing companies where I worked, Mr. Ajay Banga was the longest tenured CEO and today the World Bank president. He said one thing: strengthen your strengths. Right. So obviously you have to work on your development needs, but you also have to strengthen your strengths. So what is my strength is I have to make sure it becomes more powerful. Right. So let's say if you are good at your physical activity, right? Let's say if you want to hit the gym, why not make it more stronger, right? You can open a business with that mindset. But you have to think on what is your strongest area. Seeking feedback, right? You should be open to feedback. You cannot say, okay, if someone tells me something, if a critic tells me something, no, it's absolutely fine. Today I'm joined with my spouse, Dr. Priyanka, and she's my amazing critic, right? So she tells me, okay, what has happened, what has not, but I love it. That's the way it is. Mindful practices, there are many, right? Meditation, I did social media fasting. So I was out of social media for 5 days. Did it help or did it not? I don't know. But I got a lot of time to do different things, right? Other than not touching also. I did not touch social media, trust me. I have this habit of scrolling, right? Insta, LinkedIn. But that was a time where in 5 days I took a break, I didn't touch it. It was very nice. So something like a mindful practice. And personality assessment, this is what you want to note down, right? There are a lot of free assessments to know your self-awareness, what is your personality style. So there is one which I wrote down and it is absolutely available free on internet, Google, DISC, D-I-S-C. Do your DISC assessment and you will get to know what is your personality type. There is MBTI. So these are some tools which you can answer some questions and that will help you to understand. And trust me, this is going to help you in longer term. And let's say if you are in a group and if you do your DISC assessment together, you can also get to know how do I connect with different personalities. Let's say if Sir is a strong influential guy and I'm a strong dominating guy, there is also a mechanism how do we reconnect together. So that is also equally important. So MBTI gives you your personality type, DISC, and these are absolutely free of things available. Right? You don't have to do nothing, right? Just go on Google, just put free DISC assessment. You will get your DISC report. And you can do it for your parents, right? Your loved ones, your brothers, sisters, right? You can get to know them as well better. And generally, right? So most important is writing down some important events so you don't forget. And to detail date, I carry a notebook, right? In some important events of my life, I note it down, and that's what I learned from my father as well. So, and this is something creating vision for your own self. That what do you want to do, and you always get to ask this question in HR interviews, right? How do you plan where do you see yourself as next 5 years? So the HR person is not wanting to ask you, okay, how will you look like after 5 years? The whole idea is that what is your thought process? What is in your head, right? How do you vision things? Because that is utmost important, right? Today, we are blessed to be in one fantastic country, the biggest democracy, right? Today, our leadership, right, is talking about 2030, 2050 vision. If you go on government sites, if you just simply go on, Ministry of Education, you will get to see so much of information what you want to do. In my recent travel to Sri Lanka, I realized that people from other universities were wanting to learn from us. And that was such a pride moment to know that different countries are wanting to learn from us what we are doing in education sector. So our vision is very clear, right? So creating that vision is very important. Clear values, right, through assessments, different self-awareness, mapping your career trajectory. So today, you never know what is going to happen in the future, but I am very clear that what I want to do in the next 5 years, what is that I want to do in the next 10 years, in all regards, in personal and professional life. So you also have to make sure that you at least think of something. What is your next 5 years going to look like? In this 2 years, how many people you are going to meet? What is the best you can take? And the most important slide which I want to come also is a talk about networking, right? Then fostering creativity. Every day you can learn something new. There is so much of information available. In last 3 years, every weekend I have been investing on myself, 2 to 3 hours. Learning something new, and there are so many free things available. You have Udemy, they have free courses. You have YouTube Learn, which has free courses available. And even if you go and purchase them, that will not even cost you more than 100-200 bucks. What you will spend on a vada pav and samosa, if you don't eat it for 3 days, you can still learn something. Okay, we can go to the next. Effective communication, this is most important, right? So there was a beautiful session what we attended by one of the renowned speakers, and he talked about Chanakya Niti, understanding the Chanakya Niti while hiring freshers. And one important message which I took in life when I interview freshers is how good they are in active listening. So what is good listening, right? So how good you are at listening is how good you will be at speaking. Clear and concise message, be direct with your communication. Non-verbal communication is the most important, right? How do you come across to people, right? How do they look at you in terms of the simple handshake makes a lot of difference. And obviously this is going to be covered in detail in your curriculum as well, but some pointers. And if there is something which to be fixed, the best thing is start reading newspapers. My communication really worked well. And I've been reading a lot of newspapers and business magazines. That really helps you a lot. Trust me, if you are not exposed to that super amazing communication, it's okay, right? Till the time nothing is clear, you don't have to have a super high-fi English. No, the point is that your communication has to be very clear and concise. And to make your thought process clear, start reading newspapers, right? There are many good newspapers. If you're sitting in a library, 10 minutes, hardly take 10 minutes, right, to go through an overview what is happening worldwide. And multiple feedback, right? Speak to your professors, they will be more than happy, right, when you come and seek feedback. But never be in an assumption on what will the person in front of us will think. Nobody is going to think anything about it, everybody has their own life. So make sure that you ask and open to feedback. This is one of the slides which I like the most. It is building a strong network. Your network is your net worth. Trust me. You see Modi ji traveling, right, across the globe. That is his network, right? And that really helps in all regards. The diplomatic relations, what we hold. I don't want to get into politics, but I'm just giving an example which we all can relate to, right? If you don't network well, you can grow to any scale, but at times you need that network. So let's say I give an example. What's your name? Vedant knows 100 people. And what's your name? And Tushar knows only few people. But if Tushar knows Vedant, Tushar knows 101 people. Simple logic, right? So you also need to know the right person who has the right network. And there are a lot of professional. When I was a student back then, there was one community I joined, which was the International Students Exchange Program. There was one community I joined wherein we had international students who were coming as an expat, and I went there, I sat with them, I understood their culture. So there are many free If you don't want to spend, there are many things available, but it's up to you, right? Many group projects, right? Learning from each other. Free information is available on the web, and today we are in that era wherein there is so much of information available, right? But how do you make the most out of that is the most important. Next. Curiosity. There is one, the baby which is coming up. Right? So I want you all to be lifelong learners, right? And be curious how things happen, right? If you don't get an answer, go and search. I was telling a professor that there was a big forum which I attended, and two things I learned there. I learned about the story of David and Goliath. I never knew about that. But the moment I got to know about that one word, which I don't know, I wrote it down. The moment I went back home, the first thing was I googled it. Second thing, in WhatsApp now you have Meta AI, right? I put a Meta AI and I go, what is this? And then what can I learn from this? It was so amazing that I never knew this such thing exists. There's a new thing which I learned also, it was ostrich effect. Do you know what is the ostrich effect? Anybody has heard? Please go and search. So ostrich effect is, you can search, so the David and Goliath, the ostrich effect. There are many things which we can learn every day, right? So it's up to you how do you take it. Ostrich effect is, by the way, when ostrich sees trouble, it puts his or her head down in the sand and it thinks the trouble will go away. But it's not like that, right? You have to face your challenges and face your trouble. Go ahead. And continuous learning, right? So this is what we say. I was saying that I invest 2 to 3 hours every weekend on learning something new. Also doing a lot of courses through different mediums. Online courses, as I said, Udemy, YouTube Learn, many things are available, right? Attend workshops, seminars, everything is available. Join professional organizations, mentorship programs, find your mentors, right? Go and seek for mentors, right? Your seniors could be your good mentors who just passed out, or you have a strong alumni network of many years, right? You can reach out to them, and trust me, your seniors will love to mentor you. But you have to go and ask them, can you be our professional mentor? And you can ask them on your personal regards as well, right? They will keep it private, right? But if you have a trouble, go and seek help. So continuous learning is very important. Today, I'm sure, right, professors, everybody is learning new things every day. You have to keep redeveloping yourself for future skills. And some success mantras for people who wants to join corporate, and we have an expert for entrepreneurship. I have some slides for that as well. So innovate constantly, lead with integrity and ethics, foster collaboration, collective intelligence, where we talk to each other, you learn from each other, embrace agility, right? You should be open to change. Okay, if one idea fails, it's okay, right? It doesn't matter. What's next? And focus on the customer, right? So in corporate world, we say stakeholders. That is most important, right? How really you are managing your stakeholders, the upward management, your colleagues, your people management skills are very important. Everything you're going to learn, right, in the next 2 years is just a journey, right? Don't get carried away with these big words. You're going to learn everything. But how do you practically implement is equally important as well. So some success mantras. Next is in terms of, in case you wish to join the entrepreneurial journey. So when I joined in my MBA, almost 50% we had people who wanted to study further, go for their MS, or they wanted to start an entrepreneurial journey. All of the friends started a restaurant, one of the friends started a shoe factory, one of them started a chemical factory. Here I am, standing in front of you as a corporate leader. So there are many things, right? So the whole idea is how agile are you? Think big, act small, small steps important, innovate constantly, customer-centric approach, and build a strong team. So one thing which I do when I want to start hiring for my team, I want to hire people who are smarter than me. They have to compliment me, right? They have to have a good attitude. So how positive attitude you have is very important. And then we have the last slide, not taking much of your time. This is what I love, right? This is I also teach my kids. Attitude of gratitude and the power of gratitude. Simple one thing, right? Morning you get up, right? You thank God, right, for a lovely life, for getting a privilege to see the life, right? To be standing here, coming for this lecture, or getting admission in MBA in such a fantastic university, it means everybody is not so privileged involved, right? to come and study, right? People walk, or there so many things, right? Struggle people go through. So you have to have that gratitude for yourself, your parents, your faculties, right? Your universities, everybody, right? So I would say that inculcating that attitude of gratitude is very important. And with this, I take a bow and thank you so much for listening to me. And any questions, you're welcome.
Please feel free to ask any question if you have.
No question is a stupid question. Okay? You can ask anything what is going on in your mind right now. You know, it's your first day. You have to be very curious, right? Anyone, you know, any of us would love to answer a question. Any question is welcome. No shying away. Cool, no problem. It's day one. Absolutely understood. Fine. So happy to connect with each one of you, right? And I wish you all the best in for next 2 years. And have a wonderful journey. Learn a lot. Enjoy a lot. Have fun. Oh, wow.
Good morning, sir. This is Sakshi Srivastava. Sir, as you said that you have some friends who started the shoe factories and some other business, and you joined corporate. So I just wanted to know the difference. Like you are in the corporate journey, they are doing their own business, and we are right now we all are growing, and we would be choosing different sectors. So which sector you feel it is better for us to choose? Like we can go for business would be better, or getting into corporate leaders and all.
So you have to do what makes you happy, right? Number one. And number two is we have an expert, right, who will also talk about it. But what I can compliment is that my view, personal view, is that if you want to directly start into entrepreneurship, some kind of experience is important, right? So you get to know the crux of the industry, the nitty-gritties of the industry, how people operate, what is the thought process, what does the customer think, what does innovation mean in the market. So you have to understand the market, right? Directly, obviously, right? There are some people who are privileged, right? They have their businesses set up, they have to go and grow it, right? But everybody will not have that opportunity. Even if you have that opportunity, I know for a fact many people want to work first, understand, and that's my personal view. So you want to compliment that.
I think we will talk while the session is on. Yeah, I'll answer that question. Thanks.
Thank you, Karan Bakshi sir, for sharing your invaluable insights and experiences with us. Your expertise in HR and strategic planning is truly inspiring and it will undoubtedly guide us in our future decisions. I would also like to take this opportunity to thank Karan sir's wife, who is a doctor, Dr. Priyanka Bakshi, for joining us, and also his father, who is a war veteran from the 1971 war. He was in the paramilitary forces. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Just before you know one thing, as I said, don't shy away, right? I am immensely proud, right, that I am with my father here, right? I've seen students who shy away from taking their parents, right? Don't get shy, right? They are the one who got you here, right? So you have to take pride, right, and give them that opportunity, right? So don't shy away, right? So if there is any question, then as I said, right, there is no question which is a stupid question or no question which is a small question, right? Ask, right, and have attitude of gratitude. Thank you.
I would like to invite Dr. Morisa to please felicitate Karan sir's father.
All the best.
Thank you very much, sir. Now it is.
Good morning, friends. I'm very happy and very lucky that two generations came here to welcome you. And the way Mr. Bakshi has expressed his experiences, many questions must arise in our mind because many things we read from book, we listen from various speakers, and every time there may be lot of analysis going on in our mind. So it is always better to put the question over there and get the answer, because such type of situations will not repeat again and again. So whenever such great people come to our campus, when they are going to interact with you, take the opportunity to ask the question. See, you are coming here, you came here for doing some particular program, MBA, MC or MBA HR. You have to learn so many things in next 2 years. And when we get people with such an experience, and sharing experience is very difficult nowadays. People are not sharing their experience, and we are getting people who are here, they want to share their experience, they want to disseminate the knowledge to you. So, when such opportunity is there, grab that opportunity, take the advantage of that and improve yourself. And whatever your question may be very simple, you yourself may feel that the question is very foolish, but ask the question. Asking, I really congratulate your name, Srivastava, Sakshi. She really, I appreciate the way she has came forward and asked the question. All of you, I request, please come forward and ask the question. We made this particular session very interactive. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Now it is my honor to introduce our esteemed guest, Dr. Yogesh Pawar, sir. Dr. Pawar's entrepreneurial journey began at 16, working at his father's shop. He later ran an adventure campsite and a real estate company, learning from each success and failure. An avid reader with a keen interest in psychology, he applies Freudian transactional analysis to understand business patterns. His leadership imbalance model and CBC model of business scalability have earned stakeholder confidence and managed complex business situations. Dr. Pawar's data-driven methods have empowered companies worldwide to implement growth strategies, achieving significant returns. His balanced approach of humility and assertiveness attracts leaders eagerly to learn from him. His concept, "What Great Leaders Do," helps leaders to develop impactful behaviors. With a solid educational background, extensive corporate experience, and an innate curiosity, Dr. Pawar is a trusted advisor and dependable leader globally. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Yogesh Pawar to share his valuable insights and experiences with us today.
Okay, thank you all. Bye-bye. Lovely seeing you. All the best. Good wishes and have fun.
Good morning, everybody.
I'm not going to ask you to say good morning thrice. But English is comfortable with everybody? Yeah? पर मैं बीच बीच में हिंदी भी बोल दूंगा. Is that okay? So, answering your question, let's begin the session from there. I have 60 minutes to talk. Is that okay? If you go bored, just go out. Right? But I'll tell you what I'm not going to, do. उसके बाद बात करेंगे. Is that okay? I do not have any slide. Congratulations. Point number one. The question here is, what's the difference between getting into a job and starting a business? Is that okay? Yes. Yeah. Entrepreneurship is not business. It is a mindset. Okay? So कुछ statements शायद हिंदी में ही सही रहेंगे. Is that okay? इसीलिए I'll speak in Hindi in between. So धंधा करोगे तो नौकरी की तरह करो और नौकरी करोगे तो धंधे की तरह करो. क्या है? You know why people start business? Because they want freedom. Is that okay? मैं अपनी मर्जी का राजा. You remember that? I want to answer. So this is what the story is, okay? I started my first venture when I was 16. Right? It was a ready-made garment shop in Mumbai. I'm from Mumbai basically. From there, I was doing my college also. So a lot of you will do side hustles, right? कोई digital marketing करेगा, कोई किसी का post बना के दे देगा, है ना? all of you will get into that by default. Is that okay? अगर आप नहीं करना चाहते, कोई दोस्त करवाएगा आपसे, right? But you let it do it, right? So you get into these side hustles. Of course, at that point in time, there was no digital marketing and stuff like that. So I started this off, and the only reason why I started this because I love wearing good clothes. ऐसा नहीं मेरे को बहुत अकल थी. Is that okay? And that came out in 18-19 months कि मेरे को उसकी अकल नहीं है ये समझ में आ गया क्योंकि धंधा बंद हो गया. Is that okay? So it stopped. Then there was a fad. There was a new fad called cyber cafes that was just evolved in the country and stuff like that. Right? Everywhere you could see these cyber cafes. Now you don't see PCO booths. You don't see cyber cafes as well, right? Everything has gone normal. So I started a cyber cafe again. 18-19 months. I realized that I do not know anything about computers, and I failed again. Okay. Then somebody very close to my heart at that point in time said, "What are you going to do in your life?" So I said, "अच्छा, अभी तो कम से कम पढ़ाई लिखाई कर लेते हैं." Right? So I started educating, and then I suddenly got a lot of excitement in what I was learning. From there, went to ICT of Kochi. From there, did my MS. Went to Stanford. Did my post graduation, masters. Came back here and started working with a company called DHL. DHL मालूम है क्या है? Anybody knows what is DHL? What is it? You can speak, no problems. Because before I tell you some gyan, I'll better tell you what I've done. And trust me, I fail every day. Every day. Right? But DHL is world's largest logistic company. At any given point in time, DHL has its 5 to 6 freighters in the air. Okay, that big company I'm talking about. So I started working with them, then moved on to a startup. How many of you know Bharti Airtel? Yeah, it was a startup then. You understand startup, right? छोटे खोली में काम करते ना वो लोग. That's exactly how Bharti was. It was only there in MP and Delhi. बड़ी छोटी सी company थी. From DHL I moved there. From there went on to Birla's. You know these names, right? Yes. So I went on to Birla's, started working with Aditya Birla Management Corporation, heading their BI division globally. Okay, BI आज का BI नहीं था, fast वाला, chat GPT वाला. A lot of data mining used to be done manually, right? Excel sheet आने वाले बंदे को भगवान कहा जाता था. जिसको MS project आता है वो super भगवान था. You understand what I'm saying? Right, it's bloody cakewalk right now, right? So that was the. I'm not saying I'm old. Are you getting my point? Don't go on my hair, right? I'm a bloody young guy. But that's the phase we were, and technology's fast-paced changed. right? So from there, I went to a company in Sweden and started heading the Asia Pacific division for them. It was called Telenor then. We launched in India as Uninor. Okay, so I launched India, Bangladesh, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, Singapore, Malaysia, Thailand. These countries were launched for telecom by me. And I'm talking about good, this was around 13, 14 years back. Then hit the 3G scam in India. You remember that? Right? And there were three odd employees who came in here and we started, deploying resources everywhere. When the scam came out, there was no mistake of the employees who were hired. Whatever had happened, we were not. But what was the consequence of it? The consequence was around 700 people were laid off. Okay, and the entire telecom industry was rattling here and there. So 6 महीने में या तो 5 महीने में 750 लोगों को निकालना पड़ा था. Is that okay? Those 750 people were people at various big designations, जिनकी salaries 5, 6, 10 लाख रुपए थी, right? कोई single mother था, कोई pregnant था, कोई किसी का बच्चा अभी बस medical में गया हुआ था. You understand the kind of problems, and they had only 2 options: either resign or terminate. Okay, so my age was 31 at that point in time. Okay, I was 31 when I had to do this dirty job. After that, I quit corporate. Is that okay? फिर समझ में आया, because by that time I had reached a place कि उसके ऊपर उस designation में कुछ नहीं था. So I'll tell you a story. This will answer your question. Okay? So when I started as an executive, GT जो भी बोलना है आपको ना, I started as an executive. मेरे को ये समझ में आया यार ये मेरे मैनेजर जो है ना ये सवाल पूछते हैं. Is that okay? He is only asking questions. Yeah, good job. I have to quickly become a manager. Okay? So I worked hard and I became a manager. Now I had 5 monkeys that used to report me. Okay? Now the problem that I understood after becoming a manager is this, that I have to answer for these monkeys also and I have to answer my monkey also. Okay? So I said, nahi, iska kaam acha hai. He has a bigger table. Okay? He has a car also. Let me run fast and become a senior manager. So I ran fast and I became a senior manager. Then the problem came different. Now I have to answer for 4 managers and their monkeys and my upper monkey. This was again a problem, right? By the time I became a president in the company, I realized the process of asking questions is not stopping. Is that okay? Now I have to answer to the board. Simple. So if you feel that you will become competent one day, that nobody will ask you questions, that is a myth. Is that okay? Now go back to the statement when I said, नौकरी करोगे धंधे की तरह करो, धंधा करो नौकरी की तरह करो. If you are in business, learn to give answers to people, because most of the people don't like to answer. Is that okay? Yeah, as you grow, my factory now, I started the copper manufacturing around 9 years back. The factory is around 300 crores right now. Okay, but today when I sit in my cabin, the biggest chair in the entire factory and in the office is whose? My chair, no? तो मेरे को लगता है मेरे को बहुत अक्ल है, वैसे है नहीं. Is that okay? So when he was talking about being humble, that is what it means. It is okay if people ask questions. In entrepreneurship, your job is to make sure that you are able to help people get what they want in order to get what you want. But first is think about the word. What is the first thing that you got to do? First is give what you have. You could have 1, you could have 10, you could have 100. First give, and then the ripple effect starts. Is that okay? And that is same in job also. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The only difference is somebody is signing the check. That's it. Is that okay? But you have the competence, then anybody will sign the check for you. Is that okay? If you have competence, then anybody will sign the check for you. Then you don't need to worry about when am I going to get my paycheck. Is that okay? Now, how many of you have a book and a pen, by the way? I'm going to give you a lot of definitions because I don't know if मेरे को खुद को पढ़ने के लिए 22 साल लग गए, तो सो मैं जब बताने वाला हूं तो आप लिख के ही रख लो, गूगल कर लेना इनको, ट्राई डूइंग दैट. The whole game is about this word called competence. Why have you come to this institute? Write this question down, also try answering this sometimes. Okay? Why did you come to an institute like this? Fundamentally, in the journey of being a competent human being, a competent professional. Yeah, you suna hai na words? Have you heard about these words? Yes, no? Competence ka definition hai my ability to execute a task with right behaviors of the environment. Is that okay? लिख लिया आपने? लिख भी लो. My ability to execute a task, my ability to execute a task with right skills and required behaviors, right skills and required behaviors in the given environment. Now let's cut the entire sentence into piece by piece, okay? What are we saying? My ability to execute a task, which means my ability to execute, करने की क्षमता, with right skills. What do you mean by skills? Is skills and knowledge same? So what's the difference between skill and knowledge? Okay. What is information? Information is everywhere. What I'm giving you is information. Is that okay? What professors will give you is information. What you understand out of it is knowledge. Hello, is that okay? Yes. So professors, teachers, speakers like me right now on this dais don't give you knowledge, they give you information. Curated knowledge is information, which means what you understand out of the information that's there is knowledge. Knowing where to apply a skill. Is that okay? Knowing where to apply that knowledge is skill. Knowing what would happen before application is intelligence. Is that okay? Knowing before implementation what could be the possible results is intelligence. So I'll give you an example of this. Right? How many of you would jump from a 10th floor? Hello? With a parachute. अब 50% number बढ़ गया ना? I gave you information. What you understood was your knowledge. I gave you some resources. Your skill of application moved forward. Is that okay? And the fourth word, which probably the entire lifetime goes, if you understand very early, if you don't, even at the age of 80, is called the word wisdom. Okay? Where not to apply intelligence. Is that okay? कितने दोस्त हैं आपके कभी कभी बहुत ज्यादा बोल देते तो आप बोल दो चुप करें यार. Isn't it? So wrong place if you apply intelligence, people don't value that. 4 words. And you being competent is about these 4 words. The information that you track, the knowledge that you understand, the skills that you acquire, the intelligence of its results, and wisdom when not to use it. Now ask yourself, I am watching क्योंकि सास भी कभी बहू थी. Is that no? वो तो मेरी टाइम में था ना, अभी कुछ वैसे ही होगा. Right? क्या? नहीं पता? Right? But I think that information if you are collating, what knowledge will it increase? बहू को कैसे तकलीफ देना और सास को मारना कैसे? Fantastic knowledge, no? Isn't it? If you're picking up that information, that is the knowledge that you're seeking. But is it relevant to you? Maybe no. But if you want to become an actor, yes. Isn't it? So what information to consume? How is information coming to you these days? Can you tell me? One major source is internet, social media, alright? We have new universities coming up, WhatsApp and TikToks. TikTok university भी तो है नहीं? अभी बैन हो गई क्या? So fundamentally, we're consuming information and at a very rapid speed. Is that okay? Very, very rapid speed. And hence your choice is very important. What would you subscribe to? When would you hit that subscribe button? Okay? That subscribe button is nothing but creating your belief system. What is it? Everything that you are subscribing to is directly proportionate to what your belief systems are going to become. सोचा ही नहीं था ना कभी? Alright. अच्छा जंगल का राजा कौन है? आपको कैसे मालूम? And all of you have gone to the same school? No? Same mother, father? No? Same brothers? No? But how did you answer one question when all of you come from different part of the country? Answer one question, same. You've been taught, you've been told, you read some stories around it, you were told some stories about it, you saw it in movies, Lion King, isn't it? Same information repeated over a period of time in various forms creates beliefs. क्या है? Same information, लिख लो. Brain is not the right place to keep information. Brain needs to be like train. सुबह empty, शाम को empty. Is that okay? वरना सारे अमीर बच्चों की बीमारियां लगेंगी आपको. क्या पता आपको? अमीर बच्चों की बीमारियां. मेरे को ना आजकल स्ट्रेस फील हो रहा है. I feel very lonely. Bullshit. There is nobody for me in life. All of this nonsense only happens if your brain is empty. If it is filled in the morning also. सुबह भी कुछ दिमाग में चक्कर चल रहा है, रात को सोते वक्त भी चक्कर चल रहा है. It has to be empty in the morning, empty in the night. Brain is not the right place. अच्छा, by the way, I don't know how many of you know. I'm a trained psychologist, isn't it? Psychology पढ़ने का तो psychologist बनाना पापा. So I'm coming from that science to you. Is that okay? I might say it in a very funny way, but the fact still remains is, if you keep anything in your brain too much, it's going to spoil you. There's a mad monkey sitting, if you don't control, it will control you. Right? Now you have various means, right? You do meditation, you do yoga, you do Zumba, and whatever you want to do, that's okay. But fundamentally just keep in mind that as your competence need to improve, the method to improve that competence is information, knowledge, skills, intelligence and wisdom. Forget about that wisdom part right now. But learn what information to collate. So do not hit the subscribe button unless and until it is going to help you. Okay? If it is not going to help you, don't subscribe. What kind of books would you read? अब सर इतने MBA में बुक मिल जाएंगे, इसी को पढ़ लें हम तो बहुत हो गया. उसी के भी हम नोट्स निकाल के किसी दोस्त के साथ वही पढ़ लेंगे, मतलब पास ही होना है. But if you consume books to pass, you will actually never pass. If you consume books to pass, you will actually never pass. Okay? You know where you will fail? At a test of life. Because there is no common percentage. 35% मेरे तो पास हो गया, ऐसा है नहीं हुआ. या तो पास हो या तो फेल हो. Is that okay? So don't take your books because I want to pass the exams. Take those books because this knowledge that I consume is going to be used for the rest of my life. Or information that I consume. And I'll tell you a very live example. Today I understand that. Probably at that point in time I did not. There were 300 people who interviewed in DHL. The first job that I was talking about, 300 people, okay? 3 of them were selected as outsourced employees of DHL and one was selected as the in-house employee. Okay, at that point in time, I just had my, MA in psychology. I did not have my PhD and all of that. Okay, and I was an MA in psychology guy. And the three were MBA students. Is that okay? An MBA from IIMs. Those were picked up on outsource role, and a man who did not have an MBA was picked up on in-house roles. You know why? Because मेरे पास 2 साल का वर्क एक्सपीरियंस नहीं, 2 साल का बेचना आता था मेरे को. Is that okay? अच्छा, एक बैंक अकाउंटेंट अगर 20 साल बैंक में नौकरी कर रहा है अकाउंटेंट की, तो उसको एक्सपीरियंस कितना हो? एक्सपीरियंस कितना हुआ? एक बैंक अकाउंटेंट 20 साल से अकाउंटेंट की नौकरी कर रहा है, तो उसका एक्सपीरियंस कितना हुआ? 1 साल. क्योंकि 20 साल से एक ही काम कर रहा है भाई, काम करने के लिए चाहिए. 20 साल में क्या किया थोड़ी चाहिए, काम करने के लिए आपको चाहिए. So unless and until you don't babble about a lot of things and keep seeking, that's exactly why he was saying, be curious. If you don't seek information constantly in the place you want to reach, it is very difficult for you to share the experience. Now, does that mean that comes by changing jobs? पहले तो नौकरी मिले, वो मिलने के बाद ये पता चले, oh, this is not the relation I wanted to be in. Then you part in 6 months. Then you say, I have 6 months experience. There is nothing called a 6 months experience. So when you get into something, follow through and complete it. Is that okay? That is the second message. When you get into something, follow through and complete it. Because आधा और नहीं करने में कोई फर्क नहीं है. Is that okay? Is that making sense? Yes, no? Yes. Are you getting motivated? Yes. That is my job. It was being told to me कि सर आप जरा हवा भरो हमारे लोगों में. Sorry, I don't know. I cannot motivate people. If you're not motivated, please get out. I mean, who would get motivated for your life? Hello, am I right? If you are not motivated for your life, get lost. Simple. If you are motivated, the world can help you. Is that okay? Hello? Third message. If you are motivated, then the world can help you. And a man who is motivated, I'll tell you the signals that he gives. Man, woman, both, okay? Please don't misjudge me. The first sign that a man who is motivated gives is he is constantly asking questions to himself. वो खुद को सवाल पूछता है. क्योंकि अगर उसको सवाल ही नहीं पूछता खुद को, तो उसमें और गधे में कोई फर्क नहीं है. गधे को जो बोला वो. So a difference between a man and a donkey is very simple. He has questions. They might get answered or they might not get answered. That's a different story of life. Is that okay? But he has questions. First sign that I'm motivated in my life is this. Okay? How many of you have questions? Raise your hand. आपको सवाल करते हैं यार, मतलब कोई बात करते हैं सवाल आता है आपको. Raise your hands. I have questions. I ask or I don't ask is a different story. But मेरे को सवाल मेरे दिमाग में आते हैं. Yes, no? जरा हाथ ऊपर करना. वो डिग्री से समझ में आ रहा है. Okay? अच्छा, जिनको सवाल नहीं आते, please start asking questions. Is that okay? Or else, whether you do a job or you are running your own enterprise, the struggle that you will go through, because self-learning is minuscule, the struggle that you will go through is immense. Is that okay? So how should you ask questions to yourself now? This is the next question, isn't it? Okay, there is a method to ask that. The first question should be what? लिख लो. When you ask questions to yourself, you will start with a what, then a how, and then a why. Now, why is it so? Why should you ask this form of question? What represents the neocortex of your brain? बायोलॉजी की क्लास नहीं चल रही, बस आप समझ लो व्हाट इज दिस. What represents the neocortex of your brain? And the how and why represents the limbic part of your brain. What will always be in time and number? How will always be in a flow? And why will always be a story? Go back to those days जब लेट आए थे घर पे, है ना, दोस्तों के साथ कहीं मस्ती वस्ती करने गए, एंड देन अचानक पापा ने पूछ लिया व्हाई वर यू लेट, तो कैसी मस्त स्टोरी बनाते अपन. दैट इज व्हाई इज ऑलवेज अ स्टोरी. हाउ मेनी ऑफ यू रिमेंबर हाउ डिड आई स्टार्ट इन द मॉर्निंग? अभी 15-20 मिनट पहले, 25 मिनट पहले, हाउ डिड आई स्टार्ट? व्हाट डिड आई स्टार्ट? I telling you a story. Alright? Why is a story? How is a method? And what is a result? Always in numbers. Okay? Now, if you are moving in this direction and asking these questions to you, you are making your brain more competent. Is that okay? Hello? Heart is a pumping machine. Everything happens here. You are clear, no? Because Bollywood has been doing 70-80 years and cartofying all the audiences. It is all here. Is that okay? It is just a pumping machine. So please realize if your brain intact, everything is intact. Now how do you keep your brain more active? Is by asking questions. When you ask questions to yourself, your brain starts looking at answers. When you start, how many of you have a bike here? Anybody has a bike here? Yeah, you have a bike, right? Bike लेने से पहले बाइक लेने के बारे में सोचा था, और वही बाइक दिख रही थी फिर सब जगह. Yes or no? फिर बाइक लेने के बाद तो बहुत दिखनी शुरू हो गई. Yes or no? How does it happen? It's called reticular activating system of the body. Okay? When a thought goes in your mind, it starts looking at evidences all around, and it pushes you to do that. So I'm talking in a very slang Hindi language to you. There's a science behind it. It's called the reticular activating system. And hence, when you ask questions to yourself in a certain form, you tend to deliver better results. Is that okay? Yes, no? First sign of a motivated man. Second sign is ability to listen. Now, why should you listen? What do you think? Why should you listen? Anybody can answer this question? सुनना क्यों चाहिए यार, इतना तो सुन ही रहे हैं. Anybody? If nobody talks, I'll go out. जोर से बोल दे भाई. क्या
अच्छे से समझने के लिए, आगे वाला क्या बोल रहा है उसको समझने के लिए,
उसको समझने के लिए. Same answer. To consume, okay. The form of information that we can gather. To learn something new, okay. Anybody else? To gain more knowledge, okay. To give the right answer, okay. To nurture the mindset, okay. Can I give you a simpler form to make the other person comfortable? यहां पे किसी के पास कोई सबसे अच्छा दोस्त है क्या, या वो भी फेसबुक पे ही है? तो मेरा सबसे अच्छा भी उसको फेसबुक पे, आई डोंट नो वेयर ही स्टेज. है किसी का? है, कुछ भी बात कर सकते हो ना उसके साथ. तो क्यों? ब्रह्मांड से है वो. A friend of mine wanted to buy a car. And he's talking about all the things in the car and stuff like that. I said, why are you talking to me? फिर अच्छा लगता तू सुन लेता ना. सर बीवी को बता देना, उसके साथ डिसीजन ले. नहीं वो सुनती नहीं है, तू सुन लेता. The first thing is important. I mean, how many of you get irritated with your friends, and sometimes with your near and dear ones, and sometimes with your parents, and sometimes with your teachers and professors, that they don't listen? Yes or no? अच्छा, कितने कितने यहाँ मम्मियां हैं जो अपने पापा को ये बोलती है सुन तो लिया करो एक बार, हाथ ऊपर करो। हंसती है, सारे पर हाथ नहीं ऊपर कर रहे। मैं नहीं अपने पापा के बारे में बताऊंगी, but fundamentally people have stopped listening to each other. Is that okay? And you don't have to listen to give an answer. You have to listen so that you can make the other person comfortable, because the more the other person speaks, the more you are in control of the conversation of where you are heading to. सुनने का तरीका क्या क्या बता दूं? It's an old technique. It's an old yoga technique of how to listen. Okay, roll your tongue back. Roll your tongue. Tongue पीछे लग लेना. बंद करो, मूवी बंद कर लिया करो. अब बोलने की कोशिश करो. This is called kumbhak, by the way. Okay. Now what happens is your saliva, you're generating saliva, right? Yes or no? And you'll have to gulp, no? थूकोगे तो नहीं? So you gulp. So when you gulp, no, your neocortex is getting activated. Just try gulping it. क्या हो रहा है? सिंपल, किसी का भी सुनना है ना, सवाल पूछो, चुप. जब भी सवाल पूछोगे खुद से या सामने वाले से और सुनने की क्षमता रखोगे, आपको अलग अलग पॉइंट ऑफ व्यूज मिलते हैं. Is that okay? Yeah. Now let's jump to a place where, assuming many of you will be sitting in a boardroom, okay, and the center of the stage, everybody's talking. What is your job? What is your job? What do you think? सच में आपको लग रहा है कि वो जो सेंटर में बैठता है उसको बहुत ज्यादा अक्ल होती है? सीरियसली नहीं होती, पर उसके पास कुछ अलग क्षमता होती है. I'll tell you what is that. His ability to show direction to people. क्या है? His ability to show direction. This is where you have to go. पर उसके लिए तो खुद को होना चाहिए. So that man who's sitting on the board and leading that board or leading that team, it doesn't matter whether it's a board or some other team. When you're leading a team, your ability to visualize that future and to share it with the world, and they understand. Okay, is that okay? मैंने तो बता दिया, उसको समझा नहीं तो मैं क्या करूं? ऐसा नहीं होता. Yes or no? Your ability to share that vision with the world around you, okay, is absolutely critical. Now, that's the first job. What is the second job? The second job is to ask questions. अब जो आदमी को खुद से ही सवाल पूछने की आदत नहीं, वो लोगों से कब पूछेगा? That's when you get intimidated, no? You understand what was there are 100 people sitting in this room. Three times it was said, ask questions whatever you want to. You could have asked, where did you get the suit from? Where did you get the specs from? You could have asked any question, but nobody did. Why? Because we get intimidated. We're not habituated to ask questions to ourselves and people around us. Because every time we ask a question, we say, Chubek, तेरे को क्या मालूम है? मैं बता रहा हूं, उतना कर. Yes or no? This is the magic, huh? We hire people intelligent to make them donkeys. So when somebody is asking you questions, be happy about the fact the man is curious. Don't fear it. Is that okay? And when you listen to people, you get point of views. That's exactly what he has to do. The fourth point that a leader has to do while he's sitting, that's exactly what you're learning, right? Management and leadership and entrepreneurship is the point of decision. Is a point of चार ही चीजें तो करनी है. Honestly, we run a copper business. I don't know anything about copper. Is that okay? मेरे को नहीं मालूम है वो गला कैसे जाता है. मैं मतलब देखा है, पर एक्चुअली उसका साइंस नहीं मालूम. पर मेरे को ये मालूम है कि करवाना कैसे. Is that okay? और ये करवाने की कला को दो वर्ड्स में डिफाइन करते हैं. Alright? Let's cut this off in two words: responsibility and accountability. Responsibility and accountability. जो करता है वो responsible होता है, जो करवाता है वो accountable होता है. Is that okay? So who has paid your fees? accountable for your studies? Who is responsible for you to study? Mummy Papa. Seriously, one voice I need. Who's responsible to study? Who's responsible for you to become a good citizen? Who's accountable if you don't become a good citizen? Parents. Is that okay? If you don't become good citizens, किसको बोला जाएगा? जो करवाता है उसके पास रिस्क ज्यादा होता है. Is that okay? पर फिर भी वो रिस्क लेता है. In management, you do the same thing. You have to take risk on your people. Now you will have these small, groups that you would create and some projects that you would do and all of that, right? Few would be control freak leaders. Few will be absolute छोड़ दे तू कर ले तेरे को जैसा करना है वैसे. इसका बैलेंस अगर करने नहीं आया तो मजा नहीं आएगा. So क्या है? The balance between micro and macro management. The balance between micro and macro management. Now how would you get that if you are not disciplined yourself? किसी भी चीज का बैलेंस कब आएगा? जब डिसिप्लिन हो. जिम कितने लोग गए यहाँ पे? कितने लोग जाना चाहते हैं? अच्छा, कितने लोग रोज जाते हैं? देखो काउंट देखो, सारा काउंट ही चेंज हो गया पूरा. Is that okay? I want to versus I do. Versus I do daily are three different things. Is that okay? And a man who cannot do daily will never be successful. Because the definition is very simple. A man consistently working on a worthy idea is successful. What is consistency? Is that okay? What is consistency? So if I want to become a cricketer, I keep playing, I'm successful. I want to become a better leader, I keep doing that consistently, I become better. And in the process, I will learn from the coaches, learn from the books, learn from the trainers, learn from some conference, learn from professors. No problems. I just keep doing that. How many of you have decided what do you want to be? You can raise your hand, by the way. Yes, no? Rest have not defined? Rest have not defined? Don't bother defining also. Just be on the right path. You know what is that right path? That right path is of education. Right path is of being there. रात में किसी ने गाड़ी चलाई है, ड्राइविंग करी है, बाइक चलाई है, हाँ, सारे 300-400 किलोमीटर जा रहे हो तो सारा रोड दिखता है जाते जाते. Are you able to see the entire road? No. You see how much? जितनी तक लाइट आ रही है उतना दिख जाता है, but आप पहुंचते हो कैसे हो फिर? How do you reach? Because you're on the right path. If you're on the right path, okay, and if you keep driving 100 meters right, you will pretty close 1000 kilometers also. Yes or no? So too much of worrying is not a problem, yeah. Don't understand that paranoid की जिंदगी में क्या होने वाला है, कैसे होगा. Is that okay? और वो 4 लोग मिलेंगे ना तो खून कर देना. है ना आपकी जिंदगी में वो 4 लोग, खून कर देना, मिलेंगे नहीं आपको. Is that okay? You're not going to get them, right? So I'm not saying disrespect people. I'm not saying don't be obedient. No, I'm just telling you, please do not shy away from challenging the status quo. Just because everybody else has done that way and you have a logical, better way of doing things, please go ahead and push that. Because everything that is innovation, again, the 5th part of leadership is innovation. Everything that you want to innovate is all about being faster, cheaper, better and easier than the past. क्या framework है? थोड़ा जोर से बोलोगे, मतलब ऐसे लगेगा सो गए सारे. बड़ा पीछे बड़ा मजा आ रहा है मुझे. सारे दिखने आते, सारे कंफ्यूज हो गया किसको बोल रहा है. If you don't speak up, I will start picking up people. Is that okay? I need energy because you are giving me energy. Is that okay? I have enough and more work to do than investing here. Is that okay? Yes. Is it clear? Yes. So if you don't give me energy, I'm not going to give you back the energy. Simple. Right? So what is the framework? Let's talk about the framework. What's the framework? Cheaper पहले ध्यान में आ गया ना? That is, we are Indians, no? Right? Faster, better. Faster, better, and easier. What do you mean by faster, better, easier, and cheaper? Then past. हमेशा ध्यान में रखना. It should be faster than the past. It should be easier than the past. It should be cheaper than the past. It should be better than the past. And if you have to do the way legally and logically, it's called innovation. Is that okay? Legal होना चाहिए ना, मतलब ऐसा भी faster. I can become crorepati by killing people. No, that's not legal, right? So when you want to drive this, these 4 points need to be kept in mind, and you can start practicing this, by the way, in your daily life. Am I making my notes faster, better, easier, and cheaper than the past? Am I innovating something in my clothes? Am I innovating? Because innovation is an habit. All of this is habit. Leading people is habit. Listening is habit. Asking questions is habit. Innovation is habit. These are habits. Is that okay? Right? Now I want to draw a stick, a line बना दो अपने book पे. एक end पे उस पे लिख देना, and on one side of that write down willingness to pay. Willingness to pay. Is that okay? Willingness to pay. And on the other end write down willingness to sell. Willingness to pay and willingness to sell. This is business. इसके बीच में जो कुछ है वो बिजनेस है. एक एंड पे कस्टमर है जो पैसा देने को तैयार है, एक एंड पे आपके लोग हैं या आप हो जो उसे बेचने के लिए तैयार है. अलग अलग मेथड से, कोई फाइनेंस के तरीके से उसको बेच रहा है, कोई सेल्स के तरीके से उसको बेच रहा है, कोई मशीन बना के उसको बेच रहा है. So say when you start working in a company, if you work in a company, you will have different departments, isn't it? But they all have one goal: to sell. How many of you would want to become salesmen? You have a potential of becoming a CEO. How many of you would want to become a salesman? You have a potential to become a CEO. Nobody wants to become a salesman? Hello? Yes, no? जोर से बोलो. You are taking yourself away from a position of the board. That's called CEO. अगर बेचना नहीं आएगा, कुछ नहीं होगा. Is that okay? Either you have to be ISRO का scientist, so you get the board place, technically इतना ऊपर, और आपको बेचना आना चाहिए. Is that okay? Yes, no? Yes, sir. अच्छा, बेचना इतना बुरा है क्या? क्या बात कर रहे हो? मोबाइल चाहिए था पापा से तो बेचा ही ना उनको. You and I are selling every day everything. You've not realized that. You are selling every day. ये कॉलेज भी तो बेचा घर वालों को. इतना अच्छा कॉलेज है मम्मी, इतना अच्छा कॉलेज है पापा, ये भी जा रहा है वो भी जा रहा है. Did you sell it? कपड़े खरीदते हो, क्या करते हो? बेचते हो. The only thing is banker is mummy and papa. So what is the difference? You think selling is actually doing some derogatory work? No. Selling is a beautiful art where you have the ability to express yourself and to give people what they want in return of what you want. आपको कैसा अच्छा लग रहा है सुनने को? हेलो? अच्छा, कितने लोगों को कन्विंस करना अच्छा लगता है? देखो, 50% of selling is convincing and helping people to buy what they want. Problem here is salesmanship is seen as selling. It is not about helping people buy. Is that okay? Hence that word comes, willingness to. If you help somebody buy, then do you think you'll become a salesman? Hello? If you help people buy, how many from technology background here? Technology? You've done some computer technology and stuff like that. Kitne? 10, 15%. The rest come from commerce, science, anybody? Commerce? A lot of you from commerce. Anybody from science here? Science, okay. Science also. Okay. Any arts all of? Okay. Good. My question to all of you is, whether you are in technology, whether you are in science, whether you are in commerce, arts, whatever other fields that are currently there, ultimately, in that interview, what would you do? You not sell yourself, you sell your skills. Sell your skills, you sell your knowledge, you sell your intelligence. कुछ भी मत बोलो. Most of us actually think in our vernacular languages and speak English, and that's the problem. Is that okay? The mistake that happened right now is because we think and feel in our vernacular language. मैं हिंदी में अंदर बात कर रहा हूँ, मैं इंग्लिश में मराठी में अंदर बात कर रहा हूँ, या मैं तेलुगु कन्नड़ा या किसी और भाषा में अंदर बात कर रहा हूँ और बाहर निकालता हूँ अंग्रेजी, तभी ऐसे निकलती है. Is that okay? Now, I'm just giving you why, guys, of why should you read those newspapers and what kind of, because if that library is not filled with right words, if it is not filled with right expressions, it's not going to come out when it is supposed to come out. Is that okay? Right? So you will sell your skills, right? Am I right? Yes. You will sell your skills. You will sell your skills, your knowledge, your intelligence. You'll give it to that man or a woman who's wanting to rent your time. You understand what I'm talking right now? Yeah? Who's wanting to rent your time. See, so crude, no? Sir, मैंने तो सोचा था MBA बन के अच्छा होगा. This is where it is going to land up, guys. The per hour rate. बोर्डरूम में कैसे देखते हैं इसको बता रहा हूँ. Yeah, I've led a 2,000 crores business, doing my own 200 crores business, running consulting company, an IT company that I don't know anything about. Seriously, I don't know. Okay, but fundamentally, if you really look at it, it is always the per hour rate. Is that okay? It's called employee revenue, cost per revenue per employee. So it's very important, my friends, that you start looking and understanding yourself. The whole game is here. Okay? And hence, you need to be in an environment that supports you to become better. Now, how do you do that? How do you increase that per hour rate? An example do? Is that okay? Yes. Can I give you an example? Okay. How many from Pune here? Okay. Which location? Logaon. Okay. There's somebody from now Tushar. Okay. There is Tushar from Logaon. Okay. Tushar, Logaon में one room kitchen empty. Rent क्या मिलेगा? सुना आपने? Logaon में one room kitchen empty 5,000 रुपया. Is that okay? Okay. Logaon में one room kitchen semi furnished कितना मिलेगा? 6,000 मिलेगा. भाड़ा बढ़ गया. Is that okay? Logaon में fully furnished one room kitchen अभी 8,000 भाड़ा बढ़ गया. Okay? भाड़ा बढ़ने का तरीका देखो. Is that okay? अच्छा, Logaon में one BHK कितने मिलेगा empty? 10. Semi furnished 11, 12. Furnished 12. Okay, भाड़ा बढ़ गया. अच्छा, अभी उधर से उठाते हैं वो इन्वेस्टमेंट और कोथरूड में डालते हैं। 1 रूम किचन, कितना, जोर से बोलो, हम शायद आप देख भी रहे होंगे घर वाले। या 10 to 12,000, ओके। फर्निश्ड 25, 1 BHK 30, फर्निश्ड 40,000 चला गया, इज़न्ट इट? क्या बदला? पहले क्या बदला, उसके अंदर, पहले क्या बदला, उसके अंदर क्या है, इससे रेंट चेंज हो रहा है, ऐसा ना? अच्छा, अच्छी सोसाइटी में रहेगा तो रेंट ज्यादा मिलता है या बुरी सोसाइटी में रहेगा तो रेंट ज्यादा मिलता है? अच्छी सोसाइटी में, इज दैट ओके? सो क्या चाहिए? एनवायरमेंट चाहिए। भाड़ा कैसे बढ़ेगा? सही एनवायरमेंट में रहोगे तो। योर चॉइस, नो प्रॉब्लम। क्योंकि whether you will be driving a Mercedes or a Maruti 800 is your choice. है ना? I have a big poster that's created. God's been very kind to me. I have some good cars with me right now. So I've posted two cars that I have right now versus a old car in my son's bedroom, and I've written your choice. हाँ भाई, जो हरकतें करोगे वही मिलेगा। Fair? Right? So now we have, why is it critical that you have your environment right? Because the per hour rate is going to go up. If you have friends who can speak fantastically good English or say grammatically right English, would you improve because of that? Yes, no? Would it be difficult at the beginning? Yes. Can you encourage yourself and your friends to speak in a right language, in grammatically right language? Would you, if you do that, would you all improve? Yes. Are you making your environment better? Yes. Is your per hour rate going up? Yes. Right. Look at that 1 room kitchen which has some furniture in it. If the furniture is not well oiled, it is not, कचरा पड़ा हुआ उस पे, अब बड़ा ज्यादा मिलेगा कि वो शार्प सुंदर दिख रहा है तब मिलेगा? So if you don't maintain your 1 BHKs and 2 BHKs inside, your rent is not going up. Is that okay? Yes, no? Yes. Never forget per hour. Okay? I was 31 when I left my job, and my CTC was 88 lakh rupees. Is that okay? Perks alag. Ghar, gaadi, bangla, ghoda. All of that was separate, right? Now people will still say that फिर भी क्यों छोड़ी? फिर भी नौकरी क्यों छोड़ी? क्या सब कुछ चल रहा था? This is the word. Yeah? All of you have that. It is just about when it is going to come out. Is that okay? नहीं दिखा क्या? We all have an itch. You also have an itch. You also want to do something, right? I found it out and wanted to do that, left my job, started working, started doing something of my own, and then built it. But fundamentally, every time those numbers that I'm talking about has come only because of clear focus of what is to be done. Discipline, repetition. I don't like getting up in 5 in the morning. I don't like sleeping at 7:30, 8, 9, 10 in the evening. I want to be with my friends all the time, enjoying my life. I want to go to Goa. I have a house there. I want to go to Goa every 3 months, enjoy it. All right. I want to spend time with my kids. I want to be with my wife whole day, which she also doesn't wish. But you got to do what you're supposed to do, and that's called discipline. All right. The word discipline is formed from a Greek word. It means you're supposed to, whether you like it or you don't. Is that okay? If it's decided, then it has to be done, whether you like it or whether you. इसलिए बहुत सारा चीजें करने की कोशिश मत करना जिंदगी में, होंगी भी नहीं. Right? Make a choice. Agree to that. If you like it, keep doing it. If you don't, just move on. Is that okay? Yes. Your life experiment and professional experiment should be till the age of 28, 29, 30. कब तक? Okay, I'll give you one more example to understand that. How many of you have seen this mochi who sits and stitches shoes on the roadside? You seen that? Yeah, alright. How many of you have seen or heard कि नहीं नहीं ये जूता तो टॉमी हिलफिगर का नहीं है, मैं सीऊंगा नहीं इसको. नहीं नहीं ये रूस का ही जूता रहेगा ना तो मैं सीता हूं वरना नहीं सीता मैं इसको. नहीं नहीं आपने शौचालय में यूज किया क्या ये शूज? तो मैं नहीं सी सकता. हेलो, हैज ही एवर, have you ever seen him doing this? You give him the shoe, he stitches and gives it back to you. My recommendation strongly is till the age of 28, 29, be that mochi's attitude. Do everything that comes your way with a smile, to learn, to grow, and keep doing it. Because once you understand the nuances of how it has to be done, by 30th you will start raising your hand. Is that okay? और फिर बड़ा नहीं बढ़ता है. Yeah? So I think I have exhausted my time. It is 12:05. It was given to me at 11. 5 मिनट है? नहीं मैं तो बोलते रहूँगा. वजन. I think I have exhausted my time. So thank you very much everybody. God bless all of you. And let's improve the end to end. Oh, you have a question? चलो सवाल तो गिरने लगे लोगों. Yes. ये CTC? इन हैंड की बात करो ना तो. मेरे को तो इन हैंड अकाउंट में पैसे आते हैं वही होता है. Yeah? और ये तब बता दो जब आप नौकरी में नहीं हो. वन प्रोफेशनल रूल है, अपनी सैलरी किसी को नहीं बताना जब भी लगेगी. हैं? अब नहीं हो तो बता दो. Done? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Karan Bakshi, sir, for sharing your invaluable insights and experiences with us. Your expertise in HR and strategic planning is truly inspiring and will undoubtedly guide us in the future endeavors.
Students, please don't leave the sessions. You are required to wait for some few instructions.
Hello. So welcome all of you to IMED. So actually we have a big auditorium in the campus, but currently it is going under renovation. So we have accommodated you here and in 2 other labs, and we have done live streaming. I think the students who are here, they are aware about the auditorium. Now you can see these are the students who are actually studying. So tomorrow all of you must be dressed up like this. Why? Why it is important? This is, you are starting your journey. Some of you have opted for MBA General, MBA HR and MCA, right? Now, what is the difference between undergraduation and post-graduation? What do you think? Yes? Yes. Some basic knowledge you already had in your graduation, and now your parents, you have decided to go for masters. So the word masters is very important. Now you have to go in that role to behave like master student. Now if you are in jeans and t-shirt, you don't get the feel. The person who is talking to you don't get the feel that you want to be a professional. So from tomorrow, today we have allowed the students in casual dresses. But from tomorrow, strictly, I think Deepak sir, who is head of CRC, sir, he has talked to some of you that you cannot be in such dresses. So when the company wants to hire you, appoint you, they see in you the future manager. And for that purpose, you have to be in formals. Now, you will not have immediately blazer like this, but whoever have blazer, you have to wear blazer, formal shirt, formal pant and formal shoes, not sports shoes. For girls, again formals, it can be a decent kurti also, but formals are very important. Don't be in jeans and t-shirt. Otherwise, you will not be allowed to attend the induction program. Same system we are going to follow. First come, first will be seated in the seminar hall. Others will go to other rooms. But they can also see whatever is going on here. So be on time. So tomorrow, day 2 of induction program. Again, you have to report at 9:30 a.m. sharp. Now tomorrow we are starting with director's address. And every day you have to register yourself, because as you know, the attendance is compulsory for all these induction program. Now what is the objective? Why we have not started directly with the curriculum? You must silence. What happened? Anything you want to share? So first you should get acquainted with the institute. You should know which course you are going for and what the industry expects from you. So how was today's session? Yes. So slowly you will come to know what is expected from you. So today you have learned that ask question to yourself and the resource person who has invited here. Okay? So tomorrow we will acquaint you with the various systems of IMED. So at 9:30 am sharp, all of you must be there in formal dress as well as shoes. Now you must have seen your roll numbers. MBA ABC divisions are there, MBA HR and MCA. The roll number is there. You have to remember your roll number so that we can take attendance easily. Okay? Yes. Thank you so much. So tomorrow we will meet at 9:30 am sharp.